You know that feeling? The one where you're just existing, blending in, becoming part of the furniture. Maybe you've had a rough Monday, or perhaps you're at a family gathering and just trying to avoid eye contact with your eccentric aunt who insists on showing you her collection of thimbles shaped like historical figures. You just want to be invisible. Well, congratulations, you basic chameleon, you bland, run-of-the-mill master of disguise. Because while you were busy changing your skin tone to match a slightly different shade of green, some other creature out there was taking its evolutionary ambitions to the next level. They weren't just trying to blend in. Oh no, they were trying to become. They looked at a rock and thought, yes, that, I want to be that, forever. And that, my dear, easily entertained viewer, is where the true horror begins. Because in the vast, unforgiving, and utterly deranged tapestry of natural selection, there exists an animal so utterly committed to the art of inconspicuousness, so utterly dedicated to the geological aesthetic, that it makes every stick insect look like a gaudy Vegas showgirl. This isn't just camouflage. This is an existential crisis in solid form. This is the animal that evolved to look like a rock. And if that doesn't make you want to subscribe to this channel right now, to delve deeper into the petrifying peculiarities of evolution, then frankly, you're as unobservant as a seagull in a sandstorm. Hit that button, unless you want to miss out on even more mind-bending absurdity. Your call. Now, you might be thinking, rock? How hard can that be? You might envision a lumpy fish, or perhaps a particularly sedentary beetle. Oh, you sweet, naive summer child. You're thinking too small, too organic. We're talking about an organism that has, through countless generations of trial and error, mostly error, I imagine, because who looks at a rock and goes, yes, ultimate life goal, perfected the art of mineral mimicry. This isn't just about coloration, folks. This is about texture. This is about form. This is about achieving peak, unadulterated, immobile, abiotic rockness. Behold, the stonefish. Its scientific name, Synanceia horrida. Just chef's kiss, isn't it? Horrida, because it is. It's horrifying. Imagine you're just paddling along, minding your own business, maybe looking for a pretty shell, and then bam, you step on what you thought was a completely innocuous lump of seafloor, and suddenly you're introduced to the unparalleled agony of neurotoxic venom coursing through your veins. Oh, the evolutionary genius. The sheer audacity, the stonefish, in its infinite wisdom, or perhaps its infinite, slow-witted persistence, has embraced a sedentary lifestyle that would make a sloth look like an Olympic sprinter. They don't just lie there, they become the seabed. Their skin is covered in warty, bumpy, often algae-encrusted growths that perfectly replicate the texture of surrounding rocks and coral. This isn't just a surface-level transformation, it's a deep commitment to the bit. And the coloration? A masterpiece of mottled browns, grays, and greens, shifting subtly to match the local substrate. It's like Mother Nature's most terrifyingly accurate art installation, a living sculpture of pure, unadulterated danger. But here's the twisted scientific revelation. This isn't just about hiding from predators. Oh no. That would be far too simple, far too digestible. The stonefish's rock star status is primarily for ambushing prey. They are the ultimate sit-and-wait predators. Like a sentient, incredibly venomous landmine, they embed themselves, often half-buried, in the sand or among rocks, waiting for some unsuspecting fish or crustacean to mosey on by. And when it does, a lightning-fast strike, consuming the prey whole in less time than it takes you to blink. This is an extreme example of convergent evolution, where unrelated species evolve similar traits to adapt to similar environmental pressures. Many fish use camouflage, but the stonefish takes it to an entirely different, almost philosophical level of geological immersion. It's not just a fish acting like a rock. It's a fish that has fundamentally committed to rock identity. The trade-off for this masterful disguise is mobility. They're not exactly winning any races, but who needs speed when you are literally indistinguishable from the very ground you stand on? Now, let's talk about the spikes. Oh, the glorious, terrifying dorsal fin spines. These aren't just for show, darling. Each of the 13 stout spines is connected to its own venom gland. When pressure is applied, say, by an unfortunate foot, these glands compress, injecting a potent cocktail of neurotoxins and cytotoxins into the victim. It's not just painful, it's excruciating, it's paralyzing. It can be deadly. From an evolutionary perspective, this is a brilliant defensive strategy. Why expend precious energy fleeing when you can simply be the most unpleasant thing to step on in the entire ocean? This is a primary example of an aposematic defense, where an animal uses a warning signal to deter predators. Except, in the stonefish's case, the warning signal is being a rock, and the actual, visible warning signal is the unparalleled agony after you've already made contact. It's a delayed, yet incredibly effective, "Don't touch me" message. It's the ultimate F around and find out organism. You're still here? Marvelous. Or perhaps, disturbing. Are you drawn to the abyss of evolutionary weirdness? Do you, like me, find a morbid fascination in the creatures that nature designed on a dare? Because let's be honest, if you've made it this far, you're clearly one of us. One of the curious, the slightly unhinged, the people who stare a bit too long at the cryptic corners of the natural world. Don't fight it. Embrace your inner weirdo. The rocks demand it. The stonefish demands it. So why not fully commit to this beautiful, bizarre journey? Click that subscribe button. Become one with the sedimentary madness. Unless you prefer bland, predictable content, then, by all means, step away. But don't say, "It warned you" when a particularly grumpy pebble suddenly develops eyes. The fascinating and frankly terrifying aspect of the stonefish's venom is its complex biochemical composition. We're not talking about a simple irritant here. We're talking about a sophisticated biological weapon, honed over millennia. The neurotoxins disrupt nerve function, leading to paralysis and respiratory distress. The cytotoxins cause massive tissue damage, necrosis, and excruciating localized pain. This multi-pronged attack ensures maximum deterrent effect and rapid incapacitation of any perceived threat. It's a stark reminder that evolution isn't always about grace or beauty. Sometimes it's about raw, unadulterated, biochemical efficiency. It's about finding the nastiest possible way to say, "Leave me alone," and then perfecting it. This level of venom potency represents a significant evolutionary arms race, the continuous struggle between predators and prey, or in this case, between a very defensive fish and anything that dares to tread near it. The energy required to produce such potent venom is substantial, indicating the immense selective pressure that has driven the stonefish down this path of chemical warfare. Let's not forget the stonefish's unique feeding apparatus. Their mouths are designed for rapid expansion, creating a vacuum that sucks in unsuspecting prey. It's an almost instantaneous gulp, a blink, and you'll miss it act of aquatic consumption. This gape and suck feeding mechanism is common in many fish, but combined with the stonefish's masterful camouflage, it makes for an incredibly effective predatory ambush. They don't chase, they don't hunt actively, they simply are, and then, in a terrifying flash, they consume. It's a passive-aggressive approach to predation, if you will. The ultimate introvert hunter. "Oh, you thought I was just a benign rock? Surprise! Your dinner." This highly specialized feeding strategy illustrates adaptive radiation, where a species evolves to fill a particular ecological niche, in this case, the niche of terrifying, venomous, rock-shaped ambush predator. And here's the kicker, their longevity. Despite being masters of disguise and venomous deterrence, stonefish can live for over a decade in the wild. Imagine a decade of being a rock, a decade of patiently waiting, camouflaged, for the next meal to wander into your gravitational pull. A decade of radiating pure unadulterated, do not disturb energy. It speaks volumes about the success of their evolutionary strategy. They don't need to be fast. They don't need to be flashy. They just need to be rock, and effectively so. Their incredible survival rates, despite their apparent lack of traditional fishy attributes, demonstrate the effectiveness of their chosen lifestyle. It is a testament to the power of specialized adaptation, a defiant middle finger to the conventional wisdom of what a fish should be. So next time you're at the beach, wading through the shallows, or snorkeling over a coral reef, take a moment. Look down, really look. Is that just a rock? Or is it something more sinister? Something that has perfected the art of geological impersonation? Something that embodies the dark, hilarious, and utterly captivating weirdness of evolution? Remember, the ocean holds many secrets, and some of them are just waiting for you to step on them. Don't just exist. Observe, learn, and never, ever trust a suspiciously lumpy rock. Unless, of course, you want to join us in celebrating the utterly bizarre. So, go on, become part of our wonderfully weird family. Subscribe now, before the rocks themselves drag you into the depths of evolutionary obscurity.